Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest Forever 21 podcast brought to you by Down Syndrome Scotland. We're using these podcasts to throw a spotlight on the fabulous members of our community. We hope you enjoy the podcast, and if you do, please feel free to follow us online, like us, and feel free to share us widely. My name is Eddie McConnell, and I'm the Chief Executive of Down Syndrome Scotland. And I'm absolutely thrilled that for today's podcast, I'm going to be joined by the multi-talented actor and performer who has only very recently completed a tour of many venues across Scotland with the fabulous show Downs with Love. Please say hello to the brilliant Abi Brydon.
Hi.
Hi, Abi. Great to have you on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, Eddie. I'm looking forward for Christmas.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I've got my Christmas decorations up. I think we're all looking forward to Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so pleased you've come on the podcast, and I'm really, really looking forward to our chat today, Abi. So it's good. It's good that you're here. So let's start right at the very beginning. And tell us, please, when did you first realise that being an actor was a career that you wanted to follow?
That when I was young, when I was a little girl, and I watched a TV called Coronation Street, and one of the actor who performed was Kate Ford. She was the inspiration. That's how I want to become an actor.
Oh, fabulous! And what character was that, Abby?
And her character was Tracy Barlow.
Oh, now I'm not huge in my soaps, but even I know that Tracy Barlow was a really lively and colourful character. She was,
Yes, she is very colourful character. Yeah.
yeah, and some of her plot lines were full of high drama and controversy, weren't they?
Yeah, it does.
So what a great person to be inspired by. So after you got inspired by Tracy Barlow, what did you do next? How did you get involved in acting?
Well, it started when I was joining the Cottage Edge Theatre Inspire. That way I met Katie Milne, who was my tutor at the time, and we went on. Then we went to do some acting.
Fabulous. And that was, I think that was in Dunfermline, wasn't it? I think I'm right in saying.
Dunfermline, yeah.
Great. And you kept it local, because I think you then also went on to Fife College to study theatre, the arts and performance. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I really enjoy learning, and all the people I get to know it, they are fantastic to work with.
Great stuff. And so that was way back. Am I right in saying that was way back in 2014?
Yeah, that's right.
And it doesn't look like you've looked back since. You look like you've just been moving forward with your acting career ever since then.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh gosh! And of course, your relationship with the Cutting Edge Theatre just got stronger and stronger, and your collaboration with its artistic director Suzanne Loftus led to the fabulous play Downs with Love, and your first full acting role, which premiered, I think I'm right in saying, at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in 2016.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, it was 132 Morningside Road. That where my first performance was at.
Wow. And can you remember the opening night? Can you remember, were you nervous or excited? How were you about the opening night?
Well, at first I was a bit nervous, but I'm more excited than nervous. Yeah.
That's funny. I quite often talk to one or two actors, and I love it when you speak to actors with Down syndrome and they say to you, were you nervous? And they never say they were nervous. They always say they were excited. But when you talk to other actors, they always say, oh yeah, I was really nervous. So it's great that you're more excited than nervous. So listen, for those who don't know about the fabulous play Downs with Love, you play the part of Beth, a young woman with Down syndrome who gets caught up in what I call a triangle of love. Is that right?
Yeah, she fell in love with a pub singer named Mark, but he fell in love with Tracy.
Oh, and you're caught up in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
It's just a fabulous idea. It's a fabulous idea for a play, and I just love the idea that you take on the issue that people with Down syndrome are just like everyone else, and why shouldn't they fall in love?
Yeah, more like it's very important for other people anyway. So it's
So,
always being love anyway.
absolutely. And there's a lot of love to give. There's a lot of love to give, Abi.
Yeah.
It's great. I've seen the play a couple of times. So I've been in your audience a couple of times, and I certainly can tell everyone that's listening to the podcast today that you tackle that issue. You tackle it head on. I really enjoyed it, Abi, and your own performance was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I think there's a kind of cheeky wee nod to Coronation Street in the play as well, isn't there? To your early involvement with Coronation Street. There's a cheeky wee nod, isn't there?
Yeah, the character Tracy also in Coronation Street, he played Kate Ford anyway, so that's why Tracy was in Down with Love.
So you called the character Tracy. I think that's brilliant. I love that. I love that, Abi. And so you didn't. You just carried on from there, and I think after the performance at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, then was your first tour, I think, in 2018 when you took Downs with Love across theatres and venues in Scotland. Something you've done again this year when you travelled the length and breadth of Scotland once again. Do you enjoy going on tour, Abi?
Yeah, it was amazing. To get to know other people as well. Anyway, they're very good audience and reaction to the story of Down with Love as well.
It's brilliant, and I guess it's a different audience every night. Every time you get to a different venue, there's a different type of audience, a different kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Each time you perform. That's brilliant. That's really exciting. And I think I'm right in saying your final night's performance in this recent tour, you headed down south to Newcastle for the final night performance. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the last performance. Yeah.
Gosh, that's really exciting, because I think that's the very first time that the Cutting Edge Theatre has taken a production and a play outside of Scotland.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You just keep doing all these new firsts, knocking down all these barriers, Abi. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So listen, we quite often, I think they quite often use the term in the acting world that actors are resting.
Yeah.
I don't see you resting very much, Abi. And I hear that you've applied to join an online course last year, been run by Grey Eye and 1623 Theatre Companies, and their course is on Shakespeare. And that is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna do it again, but I'm getting mentoring in that session, and hopefully we'll be in next March, maybe.
That's totally fabulous. And you were one of 12 people selected to go on that course.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic achievement, Abi. It's really brilliant. And do you know what I love? I love the idea that the course is then going to run in Scotland, and you're going to get the opportunity to tutor that course and deliver on that course.
Yeah.
And inspire a new young generation of actors in much the same way as you were inspired to come into acting. It's absolutely brilliant, really great.
Yeah.
And have you got a favourite Shakespeare, or are you just into all of Shakespeare?
I'm into a few of Shakespeare, very good. And one of them was Hamlet.
Wow. So you enjoy that?
Yeah.
That's got a lot of emotion in it, hasn't it? It's got a lot of different emotion and different plots as well.
Yeah.
Hamlet's my favourite too. So
Yeah.
that's great. We've something in common, Abi. I really love that. So now, I think you're an associate artist with the Cutting Edge Theatre, and I also understand that you took part in a TV casting workshop with Channel 4.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they filmed a short scene with you, and that's now on the casting website.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's no resting for you, Abi. So tell me about the future. What would be your next dream acting role? What do you want to do next?
Well, I like to move my career into TV.
Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully
Wonderful.
I'll be in the film maybe, and really hopefully I get onto the soaps.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Great ambitions. Listen, you heard it here first, folks. Abi Brydon is open to all offers for her next role in TV, soaps or films. Either's fine. Just get in touch with Abi. Get in touch with Cutting Edge Theatre and I'm sure they'll make that happen. So listen, tell me what advice you would give, Abi, to any young person with Down syndrome who's thinking about a career in acting or moving into the theatre. What would you say to them?
I would say don't give up on your dream. Keep living to the full.
That is fantastic advice. And you've got your voice out there, and I've heard you talk about how important.
Give people a voice and a platform to drive new opportunities for them as well.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. So just keep going, folks. Don't, you might face a couple of setbacks along the way, but every setback is a learning opportunity, and take it from Abi. She's had probably setbacks along the way, but look at her now, starting out in her successful career and delivering a course in Scotland next year, which is just fabulous achievements, Abi. Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
So great advice, great advice. Follow your dreams and don't give up. Abi, I've really enjoyed chatting to you today. Have you enjoyed the chat?
Yes, I do enjoy the chat, Eddie.
Great. And I have to ask you a question because it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about Panto. Have you done Panto? Do you enjoy Panto?
I really enjoy Panto. I done quite a few of them. I done Jack and the Beanstalk, and I also done Aladdin, and also I done Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Fantastic. Listen, I'm sure you were brilliant in Panto. I'm sure you're brilliant. It's a very different experience, isn't it? It's great fun, though. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, Panto.
Yeah.
It's quite relentless, but I'm sure you were brilliant. Listen, Abi, I really want to thank you for coming on to the Forever 21 podcast. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, fantastic. So listen, my last task then is to wish you, Abi, and all our viewers and all our listeners a very special Christmas and your New Year when it comes along. We can't thank you enough for all the support you've given us at Down Syndrome Scotland throughout the last 12 months. This podcast has been brought to you by Down Syndrome Scotland, and if you like what we do here and want to find out more about our work, then please contact us or visit our website, and the contact details will appear at the end of this podcast. Don't forget to follow us online. Don't forget to like us, and feel free to share us widely. And if you are able, and we know times are tough, but if you are able to support our work, you'll find out details of how you can donate to the charity at the end of the podcast. So finally, on behalf of Abi and everyone at Down Syndrome Scotland, we wish you the peace and joy of Christmas and New Year, with the promise that another Forever 21 podcast will come to you in 2023. So until then, stay safe, everyone, stay warm, and a very Merry Christmas to you all. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.